Hi, everybody. We should
Hello.
be live on the internet.
Ooh, we should be. Let's
We
double check
should
that.
be. Yeah, I am also
get-
just making sure that everything is good and the everything is so far has not said that we are live. And yes, all right, cool. We are live.
We
Just
are
wanted to
100%
double
live.
check. But hi, guys. We are testing out a new show. We're going the ReRoll Podcast. ReRoll Podcast. Sorry, Recall's a different thing.
Recall.
That I was totally not watching not long ago.
Total
Right out the gate, we're doing
Yeah,
good.
I know,
We're
right?
doing good.
So far, 10 out of 10. But yeah, we're it's a it's a reroll podcast, and we are testing things out. I need to double check to make sure my mic is on, and it is on because last time it was not.
Okay.
But the whole thing of us doing this is getting a little bit more in depth into character choices, maybe trying to understand motives, or the DM poking at their players and see like why did you do that? What did you think about this?
Why did you do
Why did you do
that?
that? Why did you do that?
What did you do? What did you do with that for?
Why?
Sorry, my husband is sneezing in the background and I'm gonna keep laughing.
Bless you.
Does your husband sneezing are they amusing? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
It's not just a little sneeze, it's a sneeze.
I'm gonna need you not to do that directly into the microphone, please.
I'm sorry.
Or I'm going to start smacking my mouth into the microphone, and this is quickly
Please
going to
do
become,
not.
This
Do
is going
not.
to become a ASMR video of
No.
the highest quality.
No.
But
Please don't.
who do we have here? We have Jesus. Hi guys, I am the DM for Sacred World and for the Hogwarts Prep D&D here at Divine and Conquer. Going down the list on our Discord, we have a Lynn. Lynn, introduce thyself.
Hi, I'm Lynn Redder, and I play Grayson on the Horde of the Dragon Queen campaign. Yeah.
What else?
Yeah.
What else do you do?
I make art stuff with Vic.
Yeah,
We're doing some really cool stuff with the Alistair comic. It's a comic about I was gonna curse. I almost did.
Okay, 5 minute rule, guys.
I got
of a
I got
paladin.
the timer going. It's okay.
He's a ding dong.
a paladin and a barbarian. Alistair and West, the Ding Dong Brigade, trying to save the world from demonic Armageddon.
Yep. They're trying their best.
They're doing their best.
They are doing their best. The information is down
so
below if you guys
good.
are interested in the Alistair comic. And going further down the line here on our Discord, we have a Jess. Jess, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I am Jess. I play Neff in the Hogwarts Prep game on Wednesday nights. I'm a barbarian in that game. I'm the Hufflepuff. And yeah, I'm also the comic relief. Not really.
It's okay. We barbarians got to stick together in that.
Our Barbarian Bros and Barbarian Broette. And then going further down, we have technically
Hi.
2 individuals in the same room. Why don't you
Yeah, 'cause
introduce
Can't
yourselves?
see me.
Oh my God.
Can't
There's.
see.
Nobody.
We're not going to address the elephant in the room just yet. Hold
Ah.
Ha ha. Dun. Hi, I'm Vic, and I play West, the human barbarian warlock from the Sacred World game, and I also DM Horde of the Dragon D&D game that we run on Mondays sometimes.
Yeah, that's cool. I play in that game.
Yeah, you do. You never introduce the character.
I play Roxy Foxy, a turtle druid, in the Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey guys, I'm mooching off of Vic's mic. I am Tabitha in Sacred World. I play Oria, the Loxodon of the Circle of Land, and in the Horde of the Dragon Queen game, I play John, the Drow War Cleric.
And if because again we're testing everything out, if there are some like audio glitches here and there, please bear with us because we are trying this format out, and we're trying to see what we're going to do with our fancy background because cameras are not an option for this podcast. So we'll see what we have later on. Okay, so we're gonna talk for an hour about D&D ish things in general, and get a little bit of pokey. So I think that'll be kind of cool if we all have a question. We ask that question, in kind of whatever order we want. But I like talking, so I'm gonna go first. If that wasn't apparent,
Please, for the people who don't like talking, do it.
Yeah. Which me talking is going to encourage y'all to talk. But okay, so technically I'll have.
No, I don't talk.
I'll talk. I'll talk everyone's ear off here.
Do it, Lynn.
So,
do it.
all
I'm
right.
so
I
proud
don't
of you.
mind.
Lynn,
I don't mind.
Lynn,
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Oh, yes, go for it.
Okay. How do you feel with the current progression of the Sacred World game?
Okay. Just in general?
Yeah, sure. Well, let's just have general talks before we go into the philosophical nature of what it means to truly kill an individual.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I mean, eventually I
What
want
it
to do
means
that.
to kill an individual.
No, not that, because everyone who plays D&D is a whole bunch of fucking murderers and satanic worshippers. But
Yeah, I'd like to have the character being killed question. Thanks.
yeah. As a viewer, before you started playing like with us, what is your? And it doesn't have to be about Sacred World, just like the games in general. What up, bro? What you think?
What you think? I didn't get into started watching you guys until about halfway through Sacred World, I think. I think that's when I came in. But I absolutely adore it so far. I am so invested, and it's kind of blowing my mind seeing how all of the characters are, I guess, taking their trauma and trying their darndest to just work with what they've got.
All the trauma.
Oh my god.
You can
it's
curse now.
Thank you.
Oh.
We can curse now?
Yes.
I said fuck a couple times, but thank you.
We were ignoring that.
Heck yes.
Yeah. It's been really cool. I've been, as a viewer, have been completely invested in that entire thing, and just seeing the characters kind of having to deal with some really dark things and presenting it to the others. I think just recently West is starting to express more of himself and what he's dealing with, and it's really, really fun to watch, even though it's very, very sad.
It's so painful for me.
I understand that.
I live in a world of pain, and I want you part
So
of
much
it.
pain. I'm literally a tank. I am nothing.
Because he just recently started talking more about his home, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. He
And they've been together for
2 years,
months, years, maybe
Yeah.
even in that timeline, and he's just now starting to kind of come out of his own comfort zone even more so.
I think
he's
episode 57 was the first time you mentioned that you had a home.
Yeah, because they West had been with that group about more than a year, and he just, I guess now he felt, especially with the effect of Cowabow's death on him, he feels like, maybe I should put more of an effort to be a little closer to these people because they're all I have left. And so now he's beginning to feel a little bit more vulnerable and realizing it's okay to be that vulnerable. I'm going to start talking about something in my life that I never wanted to speak of again.
Which, when after Carabow's death, you were exploring a little bit of your character going through some alcoholism, and your support group immediately fucking shot that shit down. I was shook. It was like an excuse to fuck me. No, you're not doing that.
No, you're not. You're not going to do that.
Dealing with alcoholism and having several family members die of it, it was like, holy shit. If they had one person tell them, no, we need to talk, that would have been amazing back then.
That was an astounding thing to just have happen right out the gate. Because, I would say I'm a person who kind of struggled that outlet for a while, and I did not have much of anybody to pull me out of that. So that was a surprising notion to happen with West, when immediately that was kind of crutch of choice, and then everyone's like, no. we're not doing this.
Yeah, it's very odd. It really was.
I know. I'm like, wow, this is like way better than real life.
Oh my god, it's almost like
Minus
this.
all of the horrible trauma.
I know,
yeah.
right? Oh wow.
Right.
This is so
I'm still-
cool. Let's look at this decapitated head.
I'm still upset
Look at this.
about Cal's death.
Oh God, so am I.
Every day, every
Vic
day.
could tell you how well I reacted to.
Yeah.
I literally had to walk away from the computer, and Vic just
She
watched
sat-
me.
And she was so mad. She didn't want to do anything else.
I didn't go to the opposite side of the couch. I went in the middle of the living room and just curled up into a ball.
Oh, that's right. You just laid on the ground. You're just like, no, I'm done for today.
Oh.
And I'm like, we're halfway done, sweetie. We're not even finished.
That decision was very fuck. Jeremiah decided to go.
I
that
feel like
route.
we should save this conversation for a certain someone.
Yeah, Jeremiah needs to be
Yeah.
into that conversation.
Yeah.
It's a-
Oh,
it's
Oh
a
for
god,
big-
can you imagine introducing him? He has like a list a mile long of everyone he plays.
Yeah.
Yeah. He plays so many people now.
He's like in every campaign, and I love him.
He's become extremely dedicated to
I love him. I love him so much.
everything, which is like that. Bless that beautiful man and his beautiful
He's so-
beautiful calves.
He's so beautiful.
Yeah, he is. He doesn't even know it yet, but that butt.
Such a cutie pie.
Such a cutie pie. Well, I asked
so
the first
excited.
question. Whom among you wants to ask the next question? Let's keep this ball rolling.
Wow, this is awkward suddenly.
I'll do it. Sure,
You'll
why
do
not?
it. If you don't want to, I'll do it. It
Because
doesn't
I
matter.
have 100, but I don't want to just
Give
be.
me a question.
Yeah. What's up? What's up, Jess?
Give me a question.
Let's roll a die, guys.
Ooh, I like the die.
We should get a dice next time. Yeah.
Oh God, I have so many. I could get one out, but it'll take a minute.
Yeah, no.
No, it's fine. We actually have a dice roll.
Oh,
Discord
that's
that
right.
we
Yeah,
use.
we do. But Neff/Jess,
Neff.
what is your question?
Yes.
Jeff.
What's up?
All of these.
What up,
answered.
dude? Dog, what's up?
So yeah, my question, I guess, would have to be to you, Jesus.
What up?
All right. So I know you have a very fun time of DMing. You also do a lot of NPCs.
Mhm.
You come up with things on the spot sometimes, especially with the Hufflepuff, or not the Hufflepuff, the Hogwarts prep game.
Yeah, you guys
'Cause
like
we
to
always-
go all over the place.
Yeah, we do.
Like,
We're literally in Egypt.
I mean, yeah, it's
We're all over.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's like 5 different things we could do. We take the 6th thing.
Yeah, no, that y'all's group has been a fucking weird thing that I've in 16 years of DMing, I've never experienced where like I have multiple things planned and like, all right, these guys like to go all over the place, so let me branch out into like 12 pages worth of shit just in case I'm ready. And then you guys like, we're gonna go here. I'm like, I didn't think about that.
So you have to think of things on the fly, which
Yeah.
I love because you always come up with really cool stuff.
Yeah, it's
So
okay.
I know this is like part of your creative outlet and you just constantly are thinking of different things in this whole world and everything.
Sure.
But how do you deal with the let's say uncertainty of what's going to happen in the game?
Oh god,
I'm-
I should be on this question too.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Jump in, Vic.
Yeah, Vic, do you
God.
have something you want to say?
Uh,
I mean, I can go if you want me to stall.
you go for it. I can support you on this.
Okay.
I know what it feels like to have another party.
Yeah,
So
like having
the
an entire
uncertainty of like where the party is going in general, or just like uncertainty in the idea of being behind the screen?
Mainly the
Both?
first one, but I will
Okay.
take whatever you give me.
So here's my thing. I don't write the story. You do. I have things that are obstacles in the way, like everyone does. You didn't plan on traffic being there that day. You didn't plan on like the raining on your parade. Like there's things that you like work. You're not necessarily going to 100% like dictate what work is going to be like, or the technicalities of like you knew you were going to do this podcast, but you didn't know what question they were going to be asked. Like
Right.
so. I don't write the story. You guys do. Uncertainty does not hinder anything. What it does is it gives me a great jumping point for the next game. That's why at the end of most games, if I don't know what's going to happen, I just ask you what you guys think is going to happen. What are your next plan? What are you preparing for? What equipment are you buying? On your downtime, I write the next chapter or the next pause or beat of the story, because it's not my story, it's y'all's story. I'm just the referee.
I mean, you aren't wrong in that at all, because we really do just decide, we're gonna go here. Oh wait, do we want to go here? No, we're gonna just backtrack and go to the other place instead.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to Ryan about this, because he tends to have, which he was one of the biggest fucking inspirations for the goddamn fucking podcast. He's not here. He likes to talk about the game after the game.
Right.
And he likes to ask those pokey questions without getting too in depth. And one of the biggest things, which I really didn't notice I did until he kept poking and asking, was so I when I write a villain specifically, I have the villain story. What are they going to do? And if you guys don't do anything to interact with said villain after that villain has been introduced, or after that plot has been introduced in the atmosphere of the game, they're going to continue. As an example, if you guys weren't going to stop Omni in any way, shape, or form for the Hogwarts prep people, Omni was going to continue doing her stuff. You actually killed her a lot sooner than I thought you were. I assumed that battle was going to be a stalemate and she was going to fucking time stop and leave. And you guys were like, fuck that shit. Let's end it now.
Right.
Which was great. And for Sacred World, if you guys escaped the you guys just decided not to fucking be part of anything, or took 1 or 2 days later or sooner to encounter the dragon, that would have changed a lot of different things, because on day 5, the Goliaths were going to arrive and challenge the dragon. The dragon was going to already be beat up, and the Goliaths were not going to stop. So what would have happened from that? You guys coming on that day and being extremely irritatingly hard to hit, and then me rolling nothing but fucking 5s and 2s.
That was wonderful. Thank you.
I mean, it's the roll of the dice. Made the fight a little bit easier, and thus far, it's happened twice where Wes interacts with the Stormlord and is quote unquote easily the victor. They're not easy to kill. Motherfuckers had 111 HP.
And with his backstory too, that's just very eerie to me how that plays out.
So it's because that's happened twice, and I can't say because spoilers. What happens when you meet the next Stormlord?
Oh God, I'm so ready.
But at the same time, you can also put it in the sense of early on in the campaign when the group ran into that young dragon. What would have happened if Aurea hadn't been able to land that exact 18 HP killing blow on it?
I love how you still know the number.
No, yeah. But, I mean, it's amazing. And no, 100% that had ramifications.
Yeah.
For sure.
Draka said the ramifications. You guys killed the Thunderblue's family. Maybe not Thunderblue the dad, but you guys killed one of the sons, which he's blaming on the Dwarven Mountains. You guys killed I forgot his name because it's in a book, but you guys killed the Flame Shadow's son, and Draka is blaming the disappearance of Daddy Fire Flame bullshit dragon on the mountains. Your interactions in the world are affecting the world in different ways, shapes, and forms. You guys being super positive towards Jamal made him decide to travel more, which made him decide to branch out, and now there's other establishments. There's other things that I can't say, and you guys are going to discover once you go back to Krovasa, but there's things that are happening right now with your boy. Names are
With
so
my boy.
names are so hard to put on the spot. Even though I created him. Fucking
Which one?
Chaddington?
Yeah, Chaddington. Things
Chaddington.
are happening with Chaddington that there's no way of you knowing because you haven't seen him. And if you go
goodness.
back, there's things that are happening with Chaddington. Like the world is being affected in different ways. Now that not Kylie, not
Which one?
Kiki?
Kiki. Now that Kiki knows you and knows you killed an aboleth, that has a lot of fucking ramifications, especially because aboleths are immortal.
Yeah.
We just literally like turned around and we're
We're-
like, nope, we're not acknowledging that you exist.
We're just that good.
Yeah. So
But-
those, I think those two things would answer the uncertainty of
Yeah.
the world.
But then
Yeah.
again, it's not like we went out of our way and killed a bad evil guy. Like, I'm just looking over at my
What? Oh, you're talking to me now?
Wait, what happened?
Oh yeah, speaking of not anticipating anything that your characters do,
Mhm.
when you have like probably 100 contingency plans, like, okay, so maybe if they do this, this is gonna happen. Put them on the path towards storyline A, or this will happen and it'll go towards B, C, all the way through F or some shit. But like,
no, let's go out of our way. And
well, I mean,
I'm not saying we went out of our way. It happens. It happens.
There's only so much as a DM you can plan for, because I feel like if you plan too much, the story doesn't feel that organic when the characters are interacting and, making their way through the world.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah.
I mean, like, it sounds so like when you're planning, Vic, for your games, you have
Yeah.
multiple not like detailed plots, but like an idea of where a branch could go in the story.
Yeah, basically. I don't try to detail it out too. I guess like the important bits that maybe, it's like time. Things kind of weave in and out and weird and wibbly wobbly.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so maybe if something happens, this event can still maybe take place. I'll have like a little bit more detail on it, just
Yeah.
in case we get around to that. But generally, when I'm planning, I just kind of have like bullet points of what could maybe be a thing.
Okay. Cuz I used to write my game a lot like that, and it definitely like starting when we first did Divide and Conquer, and Divide and Conquer was supposed to be the show, part of a dream production, not the entire new fucking phase of our YouTube presence. Which thank you guys for that. That's fucking awesome.
You're welcome.
Thank you. When I started that, I started to rewrite how I do games, and it's very like it's more like titles now. I like to envision as like I have a book, and I periodically do this, and like almost none of the things that I write ever happen. But periodically, like I would write down. I like to write it down in 3 different like bumps, like the introduction, what I want to happen in the middle, and what I want the ending to start like. And in those, I write like, I don't know, an example, like 10 different chapter names of like this fight and the fucking this thing and picking up Excalibur or whatever. And then, so like I have those points that I wish to discover, and I focus on that. But I don't write anything in between those. Like this is supposed to be an important character in the story, and like no shit, there's a lot of lore into this character. But you really weren't, in my head, supposed to meet him this deeply until like after level 12.
Whoopsies.
What?
Yeah, but I have an idea in the villains have a backstory. The heroes in the NPCs have backstories. So based on this is backstory, and after being like he's going to be hung in the morning, we're gonna go shopping. He's gonna be hung in the morning. We're gonna go do this. Okay, he's hung now.
Why are you looking at me like it was my fault?
And people wanted to get components. People wanted to go here and there.
So
I
you
wanted
know.
to
I guess my
jailbreak.
entire thought was
I wanted to jailbreak. Everyone thought we all. I mean, we all kind of
that's
thought we had
what
time.
like go into the castle and do a jailbreak, and when I don't know, me personally, when it was revealed that Dis was hanged, I was like, my heart sunk into my stomach.
Yeah, you
that was
Because
guys-
there went another
That made me
NPC that Oria actually cared for.
Yeah, you
I still
guys-
can't get
yeah.
over Tin, so
Yeah, Tin was a sweetheart. I don't like that.
I'm
Tin
I'm
passed.
sad about. I'm so sad about Tone.
Yeah, that hurt. There's a few times that it hurt, like me, and I had to like the Beholder fight. Oh no! Like I knew it was gonna be.
don't
tough,
even
and it
get me
has to
started on
be.
the Beholder fight.
Yeah.
That
But
was still
it just-
fresh.
There was
That
a
was
couple
a hard
times
fight.
where like I had to like literally bury my face behind the screen and just be like, "All right, keep it together. You're the fucking DM. Like fucking
Right, yeah.
grow some balls. Get up there. Roll the dice."
Also, at the same time, you have no idea how quickly my heart kind of stopped when Oria went down that first time.
I know
was
we were
like,
so upset. Oh
my
goodness.
God. I'm like,
Oh my
I'm gonna
goodness.
have to roll a character.
That-
I could even
I mean,
tell you were getting like
I was pretty stressed. But
freaking out.
it was definitely a hard fight, and I'm just gonna say it's one of those things where narratively stuff like that has to happen because
Yeah.
the characters need to understand the weight of what they're dealing with.
Yeah, there's always that moment in the game
Yeah.
where like I've
Yeah.
seen many even other like YouTubers or like Twitch
Yeah.
streamers, like the moment where like they're having fun, haha, I'm the hero, and then as Ryan again like said it at one time, like
Mhm.
that was the day I realized I don't have plot armor. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't. Like
Mhm.
there is a moment when you realize there are extreme consequences to
Mhm.
your act, even though they're well intended. Your like might or
Fucking
your
Nexus.
test in the I will go on and I will defend Nexus versus the party.
Listen, I'm still planning that Nexus body pill. That needs to happen.
Good.
I'm
He
going-
needs it.
I'm just gonna say, you guys stole someone else's map. You guys went out into the middle of the sea. You guys went into an island that literally was telling you to leave. A ghostly character told you, please leave. You're not welcome in my master's house. You came in. You killed everybody in the house. And then you went into his fucking room in the middle of the goddamn mountain and were like, bitch, give me your stuff. And he's like, you killed my family. Leave now because I will kill you all. And I don't want to. Leave now.
Okay. I will
And
say,
then you're
we
like,
had no idea it was
and
him.
fireball. And
No,
he's like, all right.
That was Ferris, and he freaking fireballed all of us, and I'm
Right,
very
which-
upset about it.
which he
I
did.
think Ferris most of all knows what went wrong.
Neff is scared of fire now.
Fire bad.
Fire,
Ah, fire!
fire.
Fire
I'm gonna
bad.
howl. I'm just saying.
Don't, because my dog will howl
No.
too, and we don't.
No,
want
I
that.
won't.
We don't want those cues. But Jess, that was a very good question. I think
Yeah.
Yes.
Lynn has a couple of questions. What up, Lynn? What up?
What up? What up?
What up, dog?
I've just been enjoying this entire conversation.
I know you have. You've been extremely quiet, which is like, Lynn, let's make you talk, bro. What's up?
What's up? My question is actually for Vic.
Oh no, I felt this coming. It's that same
it's-
brain cell.
It's not the question you're thinking I'm gonna ask.
Okay, oh, I just felt the brain cell energy of this at me.
Oh yeah, it happens. I was going to ask, as part of Horde of the Dragon Queen, how did incorporating Grayson in, as well as Tori for that short period of time, change the overall story that you had planned? Because because Grayson, I have played him for a long time, and he is like a pre-established character. Like he already has his quirks, he already has his like a backstory that a lot of people are familiar with. But coming into Horde of the Dragon Queen, I feel like a lot of the characters are brand new and still trying to figure all that out. So I'm just curious on how that changed the overall story for Horde of the Dragon Queen.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say in the short term, not much had really changed. It was just so much as here are some 2 new characters, and you're just like, it's like putting 2 kids in a sandbox, play with everyone else, like go, like that kind of thing, just to see how everybody worked out. I actually really like how the dynamic is turning out at the moment, especially with Grayson as a character, and I guess it's just fun to kind of explore like different characters and seeing how I guess they interact with one another. That's usually my favorite part, which is why I so much force you guys to role play. Not because I'm preparing my notes or anything.
Of course not.
I mean, I would say in the short term, it's not much of a change. It's just so much because it was pretty early on in the campaign anyway. So there was always room for, I guess, a new adventurer to come in and be like, hey, there's this thing going on in my life. Funny how this relates to your thing going on in your life. That kind of fun stuff.
He just strolls in and just dismisses any guard that comes near John.
Yeah, okay, that did change a lot of things. There wasn't like a couple pages of notes of, and then this was gonna happen. Which I guess because story's past now. So essentially the plan was to get you guys kind of shuffled into the main story. The guards were gonna come and they were gonna arrest Janva and bring you into the keep, where the remaining surviving member of, I guess, the lordship there was going to accuse Janva of basically fucking all this shit up for her family and having people killed and kidnapped and their treasure stolen. And it's like, well, by association, you're with the cult, so we're going to arrest you and make things terrible for you. And just kind of stuff like that. And then just kind of get these NPCs in and be like, but wait, here's this stuff going on over here. And just, I guess in general, just fold you guys into the story and just push you forward. Ooh. But Grayson stopped all that.
Elva still remembers the fact that Grayson saved her.
So Grayson stopped all that, and it's like, okay, new plan. I gotta read. So you guys leave. Okay, fine, and we'll just see where this goes.
I still love how apparently Java has almost been arrested a couple times.
How dare you bring in a character with
How dare you?
Yeah. Oopsies.
Oopsie doopsie.
Well, to be fair, he's a talker. If he can talk himself out of a situation with his 8 AC, he will.
Fair. Very fair. Oh, goodness, that poor man. But, yeah, so you guys, I guess, heading, we'll see how interesting things get.
Yo, Vic.
I'm so scared.
Yes.
No, you're good. I interrupted. This was your time to talk, and I interrupted. What up, Lynn? My bad.
What up?
Oh no, I was just saying that I'm terrified.
Yeah, I'm excited. I really am. Hey, Vic, I have a clarification for Fox specifically last game.
Okay, what's up?
When Fox accused that one dude in the Roman-esque watered armor of being Valkyr.
Yes.
What did they say? Was it like, oh no, I'm not a god? Is that what they said?
Oh, you know what? I actually don't remember that.
From what I remember, he said something akin to like, people call me a god, but I'm not.
Okay. And then
Something
it was
like
go talk to Grayson about it or some shit, right?
He said something about like something being as distant or as forgetful as Grayson's memory.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That is correct.
Okay.
I'm glad the wizard is a good note taker because, oh my god.
I keep a book and I write notes because I know none of y'all else will.
I mean, I have notes, but they're like one-word things because I'm like, I'll remember it, and I don't.
Big wizard energy happening over here.
Oh, yeah, super big wizard energy. Yeah. All right, thank you for that clarification. That helps me decide how I'm going to not bully Grayson later.
Yeah. Would you want to like dissect that?
Me?
And I guess the conversation, yeah.
Like right now?
I mean, it's just like a little quick, like, I guess, dissection.
Oh. Well, I mean, Fox
I think-
is an old fucking asshole.
Yeah.
That's how I
Yeah.
like to describe him before I say anything.
Okay.
Uh,
This is fair.
He is not an idiot. He is wise
course.
to the world. We
Yeah.
are meddling in a gigantic worldwide cult that is interfering with a very angry bitch of a god. So, sometime there should be other powerful entities getting involved, influencing us, like something that I can't say because it's a big thing in both my storyline and in that storyline, if it ever comes to it, which I will never read the book, so I don't want to say if that game is being played at the moment.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, is it the Dragon Wars? Is that a thing? Is that a thing?
What is it?
Is that a thing? Is it Vic? Is the Dragon Wars a thing in the game?
That might be a spoiler.
I don't like AMSR.
Well, then that's awesome. And yeah, exactly. So,
Well, I mean,
fucking everybody's stealing
Yeah.
my goddamn ideas.
well, I am not stealing.
Vic's
Listen,
just
listen.
crumbling his note and throwing it outside.
Which,
I'm gonna say that I have had because this is like what my third time running this camp,
sure.
different every time, and I really like how this one's coming around because I am now thinking a little more internally and a little bit more, I guess, expansive on how it's affecting everything.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So, yeah, there's some. I mean, there's going to be some really interesting players in this. I will say.
It's just a little bit. Not saying anything towards like you, the story writer, because you're following a module. It's just incredibly, which is something that like I'm honing in very deeply into my story, and like it doesn't fucking make sense to me at times. This is why he was so like, if you are fucking my god, how dare you show your face to me here and now and do nothing about this? I'm not one of your paladins nor your clerics, but I know I get my goddamn divinity from you as a druid. So, like, you better fucking wise up or do something. Flex those goddamn sea muscles and fucking help us. Because
Well,
it's just, like,
I think
we're what, 6 individuals that I am barely able to cast a couple of spells, going off against an entire world cult, praying to one of the most chaotic gods in the world, and they're succeeding at it and are about to bring her out, and nobody is doing anything about it. So that's why Fox is pissed, because it's like, it should
Fair.
not be my job to do this, children. I was ready to just live my life peacefully. That's all I ever wanted. And that's how Fox is. Like, my backstory to you was like literally 3 sentences. Was Fox just wants to die? That is it. He is old,
That was
and
literally
he just
the paper he gave me.
he just wants to die. And then him and his donkey
Poor
found people that he can annoy, because he is an asshole, and just talk their ear off. And then I was like, oh, God damn it, a giant blue dragon. All right, let me go fucking help these guys out. Let me go save some townsfolk. There's a cult. All right, let's go figure this shit out. When we figure out this stupid thing with the cult and end it, I'm going to go to sleep now. All right, there's baby eggs. All right, let me take care of the baby eggs. God damn it, there's a shipment.
Fox, remember even seeing the castle at the beginning?
No, he. I mean, that's up to Jesus.
I know, true.
What did I do?
Is no, at the very beginning of the game, Fox saw something very specific in the night sky that nobody else saw.
Yeah.
So Tabitha was just wondering if you remember that. If Fox actually.
Yeah, I have that specific moment in time in a physical object in the fucking storage area of the studio. So
Yeah, this is true. It's sitting right there.
I love when you like it, and it's funny because for me,
Oh, it's
this
so
is my
funny.
second time, technically, playing this module with Vic, and I love how Vic has changed so much. Obviously, because you have someone who has.
Yeah, somebody who
Played it
wants to keep playing this campaign and is always playing characters who are cult members in the campaign.
Shut up.
Oh my.
Called out.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Ooh, mer. But
Alright,
yeah,
so-
that was why he's. This shouldn't have to be, as Fox is viewing, this should not have to be my job to fucking clean your mess, and I have to do it.
That's
I think
understandable.
Fox and Ophelia should talk.
I mean, it's okay.
Yes, it's whatever y'all want to do. I don't want to know
that's
that.
No,
Jesus.
yes.
I have a question for Fox.
Yeah.
What was Fox like as a younger turtle?
As a younger turtle, I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
still
what
writing
was,
that.
What was he like?
He
Was he always grumpy?
No, actually, he was not grumpy. He was. He became very jaded with the world after his captain died. After Dis died, that's when he became jaded with everything.
Oof.
Oof, that's awkward.
Yeah. and in Sacred World, it was written as after Dis killed half of the first, finding out that he killed the feather pirates, and then after he got, which I can't say how, but he got most of his old pirate crew killed. So again, Fox had to take up leadership he did not want to, which is a thing that is very close to Jesus. Is like, I don't want to fucking take up this position of leadership because I just deal with your own shit yourself. You're a fucking grown ass man. All right, I guess
boy.
I have to fucking deal with this now. So that is Fox's thing, where he never wanted to. He just wanted to have fun, drink, and be free. His whole idea for worshiping, and it's not really a worship, it's more of an understanding with the sea. It has a name in this world, but he just likes the idea of freedom, the open air, just complete, utter, isolated freedom. And he can never have that because he has a stupid little conscience that tells him to go help somebody.
Oof.
Oof.
Yeah.
So would you say his main goal in the campaign right now is just set the world right so he can just finally yeet off the mortal coil?
Yeah, pretty much. In so many ways,
He
yes.
closes right off of it.
Yes. He found like a new friendship in Spud.
Yeah.
So like it keeps being like joked and toyed, but it's like he just wants to make sure Spud's okay. And Spud can't be okay if the world's going to die.
What about the babies?
I mean, whatever, they're dragons, they'll be fine.
But the donkey.
But the donkey.
Yep.
With the donkey.
But like the donkey, like the only reason why I have Spud is because I've rolled so low on gold, and the only thing I could afford was an 8 gold piece donkey,
Oh.
and therefore Spud was created.
Aww.
That was never like a super thing in his storyline,
Roll
but
part of your...
yeah, but like I rolled really poorly on gold. And he has not picked up a single gold piece since the first game. And,
But I love how Spud has become like his own.
I'm very happy with Spud being rolled up.
He's. I think Spud is his excuse for a lot of the things. It's easier for him to care for animals, like because he feels more of an animal than he doesn't like civilized society. There's too many nuances that just don't make sense. Just be free. Like you don't need these social cues or this misguided ethics that you present yourself just because you're a posh person that has used too much resources to build your house. So
There's a stab at Grayson there, jeez.
Fox doesn't like Grayson's lifestyle, but he won't judge Grayson based on it. He likes Grayson's world. He likes his heart and where he's leaning. That's why he's like, if you're not gonna fucking help us, please leave because this is dangerous. That was as much as Fox can say. I care about you. I don't want you to get hurt. We're gonna go into a dangerous mission.
Aw, that's so sweet.
You gruff little guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so grumpy.
He's just a grumpy 450-pound turtle.
Oh.
Gonna sit on me and cry.
So, I mean, he might. That's why Spud is his excuse. Spud is such an easy physical excuse that he's using as a barrier because he doesn't want to talk to you guys about what he feels. Because that's gross. Ew, no, don't. This is my feelings, not yours. Ew, gross.
Gross.
I know. Ugh.
They're so nasty.
Man, him and Grayson are so much alike. It's kind of creepy.
Oh, I actually like that. I really like that. I love how y'all are just Turn it into one big Ohana.
Yeah, I guess.
I was not expecting the friendship between Ophelia and Grayson.
I love
At
it.
all.
I love
Oh
it.
yeah,
In and of
no,
it.
that
Oh my
that is.
God.
I love that. I really do.
I still think one of my favorite things to have happened so far is how Fox looks at all the rest of the members as kind of like the youngins and literally being the thing of, okay, if you guys go out, don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
Hanma took that to heart.
Grayson,
And then
don't fuck this up.
I can't
And then
help the
Ophelia
legs.
had to go.
The negative two dexterity. I can't, Grandpa.
I can't. I'm sorry, Grandpa. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, no, I love how it has become family dynamic.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
D&D is a giant family thing, which is
Big old
really
family.
Yeah.
weird. And I want to voice this and let me know what you guys think. So
Okay.
like I've been playing D&D for a while, right? And this is one of the things where that's why I was talking to Dickie about it, and like how were the games when you were playing, like in fucking A, like first E and second E, and so on. The first group that I played back when we did the Holy Thunder campaign, they had intricate storylines and they role played amazingly, and they never opened up. Even though they wrote so much into their character storyline, they never really opened up. And when you guys wrote your characters, it was the same thing. Like, oh, this is a lot of deep information, but when will they open up? And you guys slowly started to open up, which is amazing. Fucking Harry Potter, where you're like, let's open up every emotion we have and throw it everywhere. Let's all
They're
just be
teenagers. They're
friends.
emotional.
I
We're
know,
all
right? Yeah.
emotional. We have to get all the emotions
which
out.
is-
The
Which-
hormones.
The hormones are kicking in.
Hey,
It's like-
I cannot
like-
help that Neff is super attracted to the dragon.
It's
God,
that's
that's a
so
big mood.
weird. That's so
What's
weird.
the meme where it's like, oh, we just met here. Let me unload the heavy trauma before we get into the good stuff.
Yes.
Sorry, you need to have a level 4 friendship to backstory.
Well, I mean,
Right.
it's funny when you put it like that because the dramatic thing Arya in Sacred World, it wasn't until when we were in Karimaga when she explained, oh, by the way, I'm not from this world.
Yeah, no kidding.
Which that's why I'm like, do you want to just be an elfin person? You want to be from Ravnica? No, I want to be from Ravnica. Okay, cool. Let me bring all my information that I know from Ravnica. And I love the day you were like, oh shit, I need to start doing some homework. Like, oh,
It's like,
Yeah, I really had to
oh,
do
I
my
don't know
homework.
anything.
But it's cool that I'm learning like all the stuff with Magic the Gathering.
yeah, which is a cool world. Ravnica is a deep
Yes.
cool world. So going on to like that of the opening up and the character, I feel like that it's not necessary, and I like that. As storytelling is my favorite art. I like same thing with like filming. You are telling a story with a large group of people who are devoting time into it in whatever facets that means. And I like the idea of focusing on, I would want to say like pseudo-ethical questions, like what does it mean to actually kill somebody? Even though we can answer that and we can all say, oh, fuck that, that's a horrible thing. We should never actually kill any creature in the world of D&D because that's horrible. It's going to ruin our psyche. You need to kill things to fucking get XP. Like that's just a thing in the game, and it's fun to roll the dice, and it's fun to be the winner and the victor in a challenging conflict and outsmart the situation. Like that is fun. We cannot deny it. That's why we play video games where we shoot people. It's not an intent of violence. It's just a fun thing that we do to overcome a obstacle.
It's an outlet, basically.
Yeah. Which. Yes,
escape.
it is. It is an escape. If we need it, I mean, I guess I don't like calling it that, but sure. I mean, it is at the end of the day. But I want to be
It's
fancy about it.
basically it's basically a form for us to be able to express ourselves in within the boundaries that we're comfortable with, and we can push that boundary.
And
every
you
now
guys
and then.
are sharing so much emotion, which is like a thing that I was looking up when people play D&D. Like when people say I did this, it's not my character. Eventually, like, they will say that, but eventually, it's my memory is that I killed this dragon, right? It's you guys went through family death together. Like you guys grieved together, and that's not something that I ever experienced in like fucking 16 years of playing D&D and DMing. Nobody ever got there. Like it was always, this is a game, we know it's a game, we're gonna be here for 7 hours, we're going to roll dice, eat pizza, get fat, and then like maybe watch a movie in the middle of it. Like that's what it was. Like we were talking about band and music. Yeah.
That's always how it starts.
And then like the more because like this specific project doing the like here in the studio playing and just in front of people is something that I've always wanted to do, but I never knew was a thing. Like Twitch was always just, that's where you go and play Minecraft. That's all Twitch is. And then when I was in Austin with a whole bunch of people that are in other places now, we started playing D&D, and they had a very different idea of D&D than I knew. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, your story sounds like this guy. So I'm like, who the fuck? Oh, yeah, Matt. Yeah, I know Matt. And he's like,
oh, yeah, Matt.
I was like,
oh, that guy.
Oh, yeah, that guy. It was like, how do you know? Like, well, we met at a con once, and, like, we're friends on Facebook. That's it. And, like, we talked a bit. Like, and, like, how... No, he's like a very important person in this community. I'm like, no, he's not. He's a cosplayer. What the fuck are you talking about? Him and Bill make good props. What do you? Oh shit! And then like, and then I get into like these motherfuckers been playing D&D for like 2 years, and like the same thing that I wanted to do. Fuck off. And it's still fucking funny when I write something and you're like...
And he immediately does.
I'm telling you, they're living in your walls, man.
I mean, god damn it. Fucking... God damn it.
I'm pretty certain Sam can fit in there.
Sam Riegel can fit where the fuck he wants, and I will welcome it. I think I want to take out Sam anywhere to eat and like... Girl, we need to talk. It's like, you know, let's like, you know.
Why are you crawling up in my walls, man?
What's up?
So it's my all that backstory to ask a question. Do you think which I think so, yes, but like in your personal games, because you guys have been playing probably longer than you've known me.
I want Lynn to talk about personal games.
Oh, please do. Please fucking rat anyone out. Burn them.
The original Grayson campaign?
Yeah.
It's so
about how many hours were those? How many hours were those?
Original Grayson campaign was 10-hour sessions each.
Nice.
We started doing it weekly, but every now and then we'll do like bi-weekly.
Okay.
But we would make it an entire day. Like we would do potluck style and hang out at the DM's house for 10 hours.
That's it wasn't 10 hours just because of school, but that's pretty much like the first like 14 years of me doing D&D. It was like as soon as school was out, we had one friend who had a truck, so we would all pile out in his truck and we would just drive over here to my house, and we would play D&D from then until midnight, and then we would just like fuck around afterwards. And it was a 7-hour game, 8 hours, because 1 hour we would take a break to go out to eat, and then on Saturday we would have another person DM, so we would have two campaigns going. So the DM could always have a chance to play as a character as well. And we did that for fucking the entire, like, last 2 years of high school. For 2 years, every single week, 2 7-hour games.
Yep.
And, like, that's what D&D was. But when you were doing that, Lynn, were you playing a game for funsies? Or were you developing, like, character emotions and, like, bonding with your bros?
Oh, character emotions for sure. Our DM at the time, it was all homebrew. Like, I've only ever done homebrew games. I've only ever DM'd homebrew games where it's like 100% made up. Like, we'll take bits and pieces from different modules, but it's usually like its own living and breathing world. So our DM would be constantly rolling behind the scenes things that are happening. And it was all 100% like us telling the story.
Okay, which
for
is
10 hours.
sounds amazing, and like I would have loved to have been part of that game. I didn't know that game existed. I didn't know that apparently that's more normal than not. In my games were just you are outsmarting the story. You are trying to outsmart the DM. That was all of my games that I've ever knew. And I always felt a little like disappointed. I wanted more. Why did I write this 5 fucking page backstory when you're not going to use any of it?
Right.
That's why I always ask my players, and I tell them, like, because it's also, I don't want this to be a chore. That's the least thing that I want you to do. I want you to come in and fucking relax and forget about your troubles for the week. It's write me a story. I will use every bit I can in that story so you can have your moment to shine. And if you don't write me a story, because there are some players who still have not given me a backstory, then we don't have anything to go on.
Public shaming.
Yeah. Vic.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Oreo's pretty much done her arc.
Yeah.
In our campaign, the DM had the world. He had the world set up. He had a pantheon. He had the history of the world. He had all of this. He had the social structures of each individual city. And he would say, okay, your character, you are born in this town. This is how this town works. This is your family. This is what, like how your family operates. This is how they treated you growing up. You take that information, make your backstory, and then get back to me.
Okay.
And then that way I have, as a player, I have my limitations. Like, Grayson grew up in a very kind of like mentally and emotionally abusive home. So I had to think about, how does he feel about his mother? What are, like, how does he feel about his father for being traveling so much? Like, how did society see him? Did he act out a lot as a kid? How does that affect him as an adult? And that's really what the kind of stuff I would send back to the DM. And the DM would say, okay, so everywhere you go, people are going to know your name, but they're also going to know all the bad stuff as well. And it was mostly the DM and the character working together to build the PC, essentially.
That's really interesting.
Yeah,
It kind of reminds me a bit of my original introduction into tabletop games was, well, naturally through Dickie, my father, and he mainly introduced me first to the modules Gamma World, where it was a futuristic post-apocalyptic sci-fi style game. And when you built a character, you're literally rolling everything, like, down to the toenail on your character. Like, how does he look? Well, how much do they weigh? What's their hair color? What's their skin color? Are you missing limbs? Do you have a mutation? Do you have prosthetics? Is there a certain way you act? You even, like, roll for your religion and, like, all this other mess? And it's just, next thing you know, you have a character, and then you just have to figure out how that character works, and then they're out in the world.
Which
I like that limitation, though, because you don't get to choose a lot of that stuff.
I kind of like the random. Yeah.
Would you guys say that you like that because that is your introduction to the world of tabletop role playing, or is it because it helps you hone in on, like, thinking outside the box versus thinking within the box style of?
Yeah, I would say I like it. It's one, for a nostalgia reason, and two, I also like it because you're giving me essentially kind of like a character that I normally wouldn't make. Because Lynn and I were talking about this today, about how I have a prerequisite set for character making, and it could be written in 2 words: dirty and sad.
Aww.
So every character I make is either, like, some kind of disheveled or, like, not up to, like, cleanly standards of society, West, and just sad. just has a sadness to them, and I think that sometimes we kind of like pigeonhole ourselves into characters we're comfortable playing, and so having a randomness to roll a character, it gives you kind of like a fresh perspective to like you have to think a little bit outside the box, a little bit outside of your comfort zone, and to get into a perspective of a new character and get to know them.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
you.
sure. And like the limitations, I think, help make an interesting character, so that way you're not having the exact same character as literally everyone else, which is the dashing, asshole. But he's nice. Like he's a complete jerk, and he romances everything that walks in, but he's nice on the inside.
But he's sensitive. He's totally sensitive.
Yeah, it's like too many times have I seen the exact same character, and I think that's because it's just something that people fall into.
Yeah, I mean, because everyone wants to be the hero. And
I need y'all to stop calling me out on Chattington, okay?
No, I'm calling you out on Fabio.
I'm just saying it's a very common archetype that I see, especially when I do the character art, and I can't tell you how many times I've read the exact same character backstory or personality.
Fabio
in my head,
was supposed to be a joke. Like he is a joke.
That's the point. That was your intent, was to him being that way. But a lot of people are like, this is
But hey, look, he was the one who got the killing blow on.
Dude, I didn't even know that I was falling asleep during the goddamn 24 hours. Like, it's my turn.
Moments. Okay. Yeah, bitch.
Because Vic, with all the limitations that you grew up with and that you like, how does it feel to have a DM that says, here is a book of a world, like the Inner Seas in Pathfinder. If you want to base anything off of here is literally a book's worth of information. You can totally use it, or you can make it up. And literally nobody read the fucking book and made everything up. Or which I like this third option that I didn't mention. People picked other gods from not the pantheons that I approved and made a story based on those different elements. And I'm like, cool, I can do research and like figure this shit out, which is fine. But so like the idea of West, I don't know if you ever really had an idea for West, like a god to worship. No, not necessarily for a god to worship. As like the backstory, like a backstory for West, because I think at the beginning, West was the shortest backstory.
Yeah,
which
I had him pretty simple.
Yeah, like Fox is a very short backstory, but the more I play, the more
How dare you make me build my character?
Yeah, I know, right? It's so dumb. And I think that maybe that's, like, now that I'm reflecting in this conversation, maybe that's why most of my old characters or my old players had very bland characters with like very like one or two like little things, like the Seven Dwarfs mentality of like RPing. I am grumpy. Yeah. That is my character, grumpy. Or I'm sneezy, sleepy. That defines my character.
I'm gonna make an entire character based around being sneezy. Thank you.
Please do.
I need you to make me a stealth check. stealth check with disadvantage.
Which is like a little bit going back to the subtle point that I was trying to make, where it's like the idea of a community based on D&D, even though like when I was playing it, I've always been playing it, and like how fucking big it is right now is super dumb to me.
It's in Target.
Yeah, it's really dumb. I was at a bar yesterday, and I was talking to someone, and she wanted to play D&D, and I was telling her how to introduce it. I was talking to my cousins that I met for the first time last month, that they live in Reynosa, in Mexico, and they were talking about getting into D&D. Like, they knew how to write the character's backstory, they knew about stats, they know about the dice, that's never anything that was introduced to me, like, when I was fucking in Mexico. Like, which is astonishing that, like, that culture is going south. or I mean, technically all over the world, right? It's just it's. So, do we blame Critical Role for that? Have you seen other podcasts that have done it? That was kind of what I wanted to that's what I was hinting at.
Do you think blame is a good word? Like, are you not happy about it?
I'm not happy in general.
He's never happy.
I've heard like split on it where people saying, "Hey, this is great. People are finally like getting into this, and it's like it's becoming more available and accepted." And then you got the other half where it's like, "You guys made fun of me for doing this, and now it's cool."
I'm actually half and half on it because it's like I love that this is becoming such a thing that I can now go to Target and buy dice.
Yeah,
I sent a resume into Target because dice.
So this is the same way how I feel about Disney buying out Marvel. I fucking welcome it because I don't give a shit about what other people say or have done. I've never have. I've always been that one black sheep in the family. I've always been the Satanist. I've always been the fucking guy who doesn't fit in anywhere. I've always been the quiet one, where I've always been the loud one, where I've always been the violent one, where I've always been the peaceful one. Depending on where you put me, I never fit into the situation. And so to me, how I feel about it is this company's making a product that I like.
Yes.
Keep giving them the ability to make more of it because I'm going to consume it. Metal dice, gem dice, bone dice, that was never a fucking thing. Like,
no, it was just all plastic little dice,
You had to go an hour out of your way to go to a hobby shop to fucking buy your 7th set. Like, I had to go to 3 different stores to get my mini, to get my book, and to get my dice. That was my first experience with D&D.
Back in my day, we bought dice one at a time.
Back in my day, when I was understanding. And it's like, nobody did voices either back, like, when I was playing D&D. No. Like, my friend Nick did a goblin voice one time. And I was like, what the fuck? Did you just make a voice? What was that?
That's why I'm so excited. My dad, who's an original player, came from the first edition, is doing for his character, and that just thrills me to no end.
I'm really like, I'm gonna poke his brain and like figure shit out, dude.
I keep meaning to do voices, but I'm just embarrassed.
You don't have to do a push accent for Grayson.
So,
I have a guy who like does the voice for Grayson.
I know. I kind of I used him as a template for Tavin. I will not lie to you.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Oh, that's perfect. I don't do his accent or voice just because I'm like, Even though I think it's funny that a lot of the people I've played D&D with, or just like D20 mod games or whatever, they're all theater kids or like musicians or artists, and they get super into it.
I was gonna say, so this is my first time actually getting into the D&D world. I had made characters before for different, like, we're gonna start playing a game or something, but literally we made the character sheets and then we took a break and then that was it. So to actually like get into this world, to understand that, oh crap, you get to make your own character and they could be whatever the hell you want it to be, and on top of that, you could do different personality traits, you could do different voices for this person, you could have them act however you want to act. It was pretty damn cool, and I was super excited for it, and I still am, because oh my god, this is a fun world to be in. But I have been noticing, ever since I got into this world and started looking around, like at YouTube, at Twitch, at various podcasts and stuff, you have D&D literally everywhere. So even like hometown people like us, basically, who are all kind of came together and started this thing, they do this for fun and share it with the world. It's all over the place, and that's really damn cool.
Yeah, I think it's really great, especially because you are getting like communities together where you can kind of get together and make these tools more available for especially kids that need it, kids that need that outlet that they didn't know that they really needed it for. Like
I stand by what we need to do, Vic.
Oh, I 100% stand by you on that one.
Okay.
Because I would say me kind of trying, in a way, just trying to find myself through many years of my life. I kind of just like dabbled around here and there. It's like, well, I like to write. I like to make art. Maybe I want to be an actor. That's a thing. Let's try that. Let's go into theater. No, that didn't work out. That's terrible.
I know what you mean because I was with you this year.
Yes, thank you for reminding me.
So I was actually one of the theater kids. I was in it all through high school. That was my first introduction to, being somebody else or playing a different character, playing a different person other than me. And eventually it clicked in my head that, oh, you could just let go. You could just let go of who you are and just fall into this character. So it helped me quite a bit.
Yeah, like my
person.
My brother actually.
We have is someone falling from the heavens?
An angel is descended from the heavens.
Do we have a Colton in the chat?
Yeah, y'all hear me?
Yeah, are you driving, motherfucker?
He's driving.
I'm driving, but I have my phone on speaker.
He's currently
you
being,
motherfucker. This is a serious professional.
It's
This is the most boring drive in the history of drives.
I'm glad that you can chime in.
The celestial planes are all they're cracked up to be.
That's what it is. The wind you hear in the background, that is just the celestial, the astral sea.
That's just Ariel flying. Ariel, how many times have I told you stop texting and flying?
I'm sorry. I got places to be, all right? Y'all feel me. I mean, I tend towards San Antonio, right?
Oh, God, yeah. I can sense you coming right now.
The divinity. Well, I'm glad you were able to join in.
I can see the light on the horizon.
So, though, Lynn asked a question. Vic and Tabby, have you all asked questions?
I know Jess hasn't asked a question.
Jess asked a question.
Jess was asked before I did.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, how could you forget? Vic.
God,
oh my
trying
God.
to dodge.
Whoa, I see a Fifi in here too.
They're gonna listen for a bit. That's what they said in the chat.
Yeah.
They're gonna listen for a bit, then they'll hop in.
Yeah, because
okay.
So Tabby, do you have a question?
Hello.
Do you have a question?
Do you have a question?
I can't think off the top.
I literally have.
Yes, God. What was that? Yes, Lord and Savior. What happened?
Paylor, was that you?
Paylor.
Paylor, bitch, I still gotta talk to you about things.
Yo. So hey, yeah. So what's up? We have someone from down under and someone from up over. What up, guys? What do you guys have to say? I think I'm pretty much in like text format. I've understood a couple things from both of you, but how does Ariel feel where Wes is going? And Wes, how do you feel about where is in you and the assistance Ariel can give you?
Oh, that's good. That's a good question.
Oh, I love this.
So Ariel has been fairly concerned since day one. I mean, being an angel and understanding that Wes is more or less possessed is never a good thing. I mean, if y'all remember, I don't remember what episode it was exactly, but when we met Dis, Ariel would not even go in the room.
Yeah, I remember that.
I do remember that.
So the fact that Dis is now in Ariel, one of his very, very few friends on this whole earth, is very upsetting.
I'm gonna be real with you. The reason West went into the room to speak with Dis was because it was noted Ariel would not. So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna be that person.
The rebellious one.
I did it for spite.
Of course, then I'm over here watching Sacred World and just fangirling over Dis while everyone's like, he's awful, terrible person. I'm like, yeah.
Jesus will literally tell you himself. Every time West asked a question about Dis, the consensus from everyone, oh, you mean that son of a bitch?
Everyone hates Dis for a reason. And
I do not hate Dis whatsoever. You were wrong there.
Dis did nothing wrong.
I don't hate him out of character. Like, I feel for him. Like, he's an outcast and he was just, hung for whatever stupid reason it was. But I'm just like,
he killed people.
He did kill people.
He killed people.
We've all killed people.
For whatever stupid reason. He killed people.
Everyone's killed people, okay?
That is an absolute thing that happens in D&D.
Yeah.
Correct.
Killing in D&D, I've never heard of that.
No, never. I'm going to run a no-killing campaign, guys.
Oh, shit.
Like, it's hard because out of character I feel for him and I like him, but in character it's like, my guy's an angel. He has to hate him.
Yeah.
In his,
Have you seen Good Omens? You guys can be best friends.
You could be the bestest friends. You could go. You can go to the Ritz.
You guys
Ariel
have
and
no
Dis,
idea.
BFFs. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You guys
That was
have
so foreboding.
no idea.
Be David
Oh
Tennant.
no,
Jesus, there's
Dis, please stop.
What? What?
No, nothing. I'm not
What?
saying anything.
David
What?
Tennant.
What about David Tennant's penis?
Yes.
What?
Huh?
I was gonna be like, really,
Peni,
Jesus? For
Peni.
me having to
Oh,
planning a
Peni.
character for a future campaign and actually having to do my studies, I am very concerned. But that's me, Tabitha. Aurea knows nothing about this.
No.
I feel like as West, I should do research, but I'm just gonna see what happens.
I like Wes's research. Like, you have technically 3 goals that Dis set out for you when you made your pact with him, and I like how you're researching one is like you're doing no research and just asking everybody questions.
I need to gain knowledge.
I'm gaining knowledge.
I mean, you're getting right answers to like, so your team.
You never said how I should gain knowledge.
Can you
I mean,
imagine
no.
how it's
Yeah.
gonna be? Because it's already been, explained in campaign. Well, for what Jamal told Aurea, that Absalom, I guess, is like the center of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Look at her.
That would be
guys.
a good place to go and gain information.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine how West is going to be with like information light bulb?
Books. What are those?
There's other ways to
Please.
get information there.
There
Just
are.
letting you know.
I am being like a good reporter, and I'm hitting the streets, asking the hard questions,
There's
cracking down on this case.
Absalom has a lot. You can ask the Elven Paladin. Absalom has a lot.
I guarantee you, West would be super bored, stuck in a library. 100%.
When did West become like a private eye from a film noir?
Yes.
I mean,
He's wearing only a trench coat. There's no sleeves on it, and a hat.
just letting you guys know, not that you have to do it, and not that it's been written this way, but there is the Temple of Knowledge that you guys did explore, where Ariel got a lot of information.
We're not going back to the Underdark.
The more
we're kinda done with it.
Fuck that place.
This is a silly place. We're not going back. No, I guess following. Man, I'm trying to remember what that question was because I know half of it was directed at me.
Just like so, West wants to, because Ariel's legitimately an angel. It's not a figure of speech. He is from the celestial from Mount Celestial.
Legitimately, yes.
Yeah. So you wanted to ask him some specific questions, and like obviously we should do that in game because RP.
Of course.
But how does Vic, the person playing Wes, like
Vic is the character, West is the person. Yes.
Yes, exactly. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Like a concerned face Ariel picture over there. Like what?
Yeah.
Just this like input. What, like anything that you want to say, any input that you want to put into that.
I mean, it's so God. I think the one thing I like about playing West is I have a lot of ideas and thoughts and kind of theories in my head, but I don't know how to voice them. So West is a very good character for vocabulary. So it's like not understanding how to communicate properly.
Okay.
So essentially when he wants to know what's happening with him, do you know anything about hell?
Yeah, I get that.
I would
get
like
that.
all your information on that, please. Well, I mean, I would say he looks to Ariel because Ariel, as Ariel said, Ariel himself, right there, not Colton, Ariel. He has said that West is one of his closest friends, and West 100% feels the same way. Ariel is one of his closest friends, one of the people he probably trusts the most in this campaign, aside from Oria, because Oria is the smartest person in this party.
Oria is Loxamom.
Yep.
So, like, anything that Oria or Ariel tell West, he will 100%, he will be 100% for them, because he trusts them with his life, and they're basically the only family he has left at this point. He's
That hurts
not,
my heart when
he's
you put it
not
like
good at
Ah.
yeah, so I guess just if Ariel's gonna be, I mean, Ariel's old, so it's just like, well, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. It's not gonna be as bad as we think it'll be. Like, that's just his general mindset of how much worse could it be.
The more I read and go into like in depth of all the like lore and knowledge of what I read in the Temple of Knowledge, the more terrified I am about this campaign.
Oh, just so you know, for Colton, the player, not Ariel, the character, some of that stuff, which I can't say because, you know, it's part of the game, it might be influence, it might be 100% true, it might just be the name that I use, because I'm driving from like Pathfinder, specifically Interseas, some from Tal'Dorei, some from Greyhawk, some from Ravnica, some from Innistrad. So like even if you read everything and like memorize everything, it might not be exactly as you're reading it, which I hope is bringing part of the fun.
Yeah, because like in the notes I was reading, you know, so we have Bell, and that is apparently who Wes is seeing in his vision, seeing through the eyes of Bell, one of the 9 Lords of Hell, from what Ariel's gathered from what he read. And then we have, you know, the realm of Dis, essentially, in Hell. So it's like Dis, Bell, now West, and Ariel's trying to piece everything together, doesn't know who exactly Dis is, but knows that isn't good.
Buddy, I'm trying to find that out. I'm asking all the questions.
Yeah.
Another thing to kind of like, I guess, shoehorn in on that too. Don't forget also when we were in the Underdark, we also had that entire run-in with the previous Drow priestess who apparently worshipped Beelzebub.
Oh, no.
My mic was muted. She did not work. Well, excuse me. The one that you
I'm
guys
assuming
killed.
is what it was.
The one that you guys killed, yes. She was the
Yes,
Beelzebub.
that's the one.
That is
That's
very
the one I was talking
apparent.
about, yes.
Yeah.
The one
Okay,
that we killed.
Okay, cool. Not the one that you were helping. All right, got it. Cool.
No,
All
no,
right,
no, no.
continue
The
on.
one that we,
Sorry for
the one that we-
interrupting.
Hi, what? Now that I've...
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's not our concern anymore. We're not going back to the arc.
there may be a chance at some point we may have to.
Wes has spoken.
It is one of Ariel's goals now to go back. Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I really don't want.
Oh, no.
Just like I said earlier, people that I have put a lot of time in written for, if you guys never interact with them, they will continue moving on their path.
Yeah.
Like we had a freaking green dragon.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, Green
God.
Dragons. What's up with those guys?
Yeah, what up with them?
Freaking Omni.
Fox
What up-
literally goes up to a green dragon and is like, fight me.
I'm a moose.
I'm a moose.
When you word it like that, I mean, that is what happened, but when you word it like that...
He literally turned into a moose and charged a dragon.
Tried to 1v1 a Green Dragon. It was great. It's wonderful.
And then the
I
dragon
love how
ignored
no one
me.
really jumped in to help on that.
Why? There was a grandpa is yelling at me. I'm leaving the room.
I mean, Xavier tried.
He really tried.
yeah,
He
did.
really
He
tried to
tried
kill
real
them.
hard.
And then he got scolded by Fox. Get out of here.
Only fun. Honestly. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Do we have a Steph in the chat now? Oh my god.
Goodness.
I did not know.
Goodness.
I didn't know we were a robot. I apologize. I apologize, sir. I didn't know that we were.
I'm sorry. There's not enough. There's not enough reception on the open ocean.
That's funny.
Hello.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I need you to turn down. We're testing things out again. This is a test. We are testing volume and everything. As I clapped into my microphone like a fucking idiot. Hey,
yes, we have our second caller. You're live.
Yes, I'm here.
So, hey, Steph. Hopefully you've been listening to some of our conversations. Let's switch the gears a little bit to Hogwarts Prep. How do you guys feel about finding a tomb that is related to Omni?
Holy crap.
Especially with just try your best not to spoil it, but Neff knowing who the fuck Harpo is.
Yep.
Whoa.
And you guys finding not
Jeff
only
knows who Harpo is.
a tomb of a supposed child where Omni's emblem is, apparently. After killing Omni, that being empty and having a letter from Harpo.
Yeah.
What up, dog? What'd you think?
Fucking nervous. Is what Justin.
I'm excited.
I bet you is.
I'm so freaking excited.
Oh god. Neff is like, what the hell is all of this shit? That's basically where her head's at. Also, thinking to herself, I have to make sure my friends are okay. Because that is Neff's biggest motivation.
Sure.
Yeah, Sonia doesn't want more people to die. Certainly
No.
wolf people. And then
sorry,
also
wolf
she's just
boy.
like, we're gonna make this happen.
Are you,
It's our OTP. It's already happening. It's happening.
Are you trying to make...
I'm gonna make that boy regret what he did.
Oh, damn. Oh, goddamn. I don't know if it was like that. But do you
No, I was just gonna say for the finding the temple and the connection with Omni, there's a lot kind of running through Neff's mind as to how this all connects together, because that's what she might not come off as, super smart about these things, but she definitely has that inner thinking.
what is Neff's thought? Like what puzzles is she like trying to figure out at the moment? Or what pieces do you think Neff has figured out? And same thing for Sonia.
So one thing is there was a wand that was found, or a wand case, I should say.
There was a case found, yes, that had that looked kind of like it could hold something like a wand, yes. Yes,
So
good
she's
job on your
going-
fucking 30 investigation.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that robot is amazing.
Beautiful.
Oh, excuse me. Apparently I pissed off the robot.
Well, okay, so the wand is intriguing Neff. She's like, okay, somebody took a wand. It was buried in this tomb with all of these, gods, or not gods, but these pharaohs. Yeah, that's right. That's a word.
Mhm.
And then there's this tomb that says moth, and God knows we know who's connected to moths, and that Neff is not happy about that either. So it's
Sure.
one of those things that she's trying to piece together. Okay, there's a wand out there somebody took from the grave. This grave says moth on it. Possible that maybe, this was a child? Like Moth's child? Omni's child? Or something worse along those lines. So there's just lots of stuff that she's going, oh, what am I trying to figure out? There's like 5 different things that she's kind of going, how does this all work together?
Sure. What about Sonia? What is us do you think Sonia has pieced anything together?
I think she has some of it pieced together, but she's really trusting her foresight, her insight with us, because like that's the reason we all came to the necropolis, was because I saw that little vision. So I'm just like trusting it and making sure and like be like, okay, if I saw it, I'm here for a reason. So I'm just kind of like, okay, I just need to put the pieces together and just find out what I'm here for.
There's other clues that other characters have had, and like only that character has had that clue, and they, in both campaigns, they yet to been voice. That's my dog. He's
Cinnabon.
excited or mad at something.
It wasn't me this time.
Yeah, Cinnabon's not mad at you. But yeah, there's some clues out there that the DM has a voice, and not in. I'm not trying to make this sound in a negative way, but those have not been explored at all yet, which is interesting to me. I want to see where that goes, because it's just why do you think this information is good to keep secret right now, versus like let the whole party know, like what is why is this dear for that character to know only. And again, it's not, I'm not like not Hogwarts Prep that is doing that mostly, but both parties have things. Well, all 3 parties have things that they have not divulged just yet. Versus Fox being a complete fucking open book and just like, I don't know, I fucking hate you.
We all love Fox.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fox is...
for the most part, I would say Neff is a pretty open book.
Yeah. Neff is very open. She is
Neff
Hufflepuff to a T.
Does not
I
know
love
how to
Neff so
keep
much.
things
Hufflepuff.
to herself. She
Yeah.
cannot do it. She's like, no, I share with everybody.
I share. I'm caring. I'm
Sharing's
protective. Don't fuck with my friends.
Yeah.
I'll fucking stab you.
Ooh, here's a fun question.
Oh yes, please.
No, so, I was thinking on the idea of the Harry Potter game. For those that aren't in the Harry Potter game, what your character?
Slytherin.
Calm down.
Oh,
Also, which one?
Real quick.
Which one?
Which one?
Wait.
Grayson would be
Oh yeah, John would be Slytherin for sure.
Grayson would be either Ravenclaw or Slytherin.
I think Grayson has a lot of Ravenclaw like
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah. I think he's more. Everyone would say he's Slytherin, but honestly, people just like to villainize him a lot because he has black hair.
Let's talk about that.
Wow, that's so
Don't
mean.
care.
I'm pretty sure Wes is so Hufflepuff. Like that boy screams
absolutely.
Hufflepuff.
Yeah,
This is
yeah, he's a
absolutely
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff. He's Hufflepuff with
Oh,
trying to be a Slytherin.
Yeah, he's trying.
Yep.
I think he has one
Yeah, she
person
gets Slytherin.
like he sees this in Slytherin, like, man, that guy's cool. I wish I was like cool like him. And then like this is just
Exactly.
an asshole and a bully, and like by the 3rd book he's like, maybe he's not that cool. And then this does, and like
It's like-
Wes falls down the stairs, and this is like, hey kid, need a hand? And then he's like, oh, he's cool again.
Oh god, that is so funny because oh my god, we had a high school setting, like link
Oh boy.
hang out under the bleachers, skipping class, and Wes is like, man, that guy's cool. So you like hit that to a T, and it was wonderful.
Oh, that's exactly how that went.
Oh man, that's funny. I have an idea where Ariel would be, but what does Colton think?
So, I mean, when I made, like, Ariel and his whole backstory and everything, I kind of wanted him to be somewhat well-rounded, I guess. So, I see aspects of every house in Ariel, but I guess if we're talking, like, we have to pick one, then I'd probably say Gryffindor.
Yeah.
I was about to say that.
Mhm. Gryffindor, I feel
Like
it.
he has Slytherin ambition. He which a lot of people would like note as
Out
neg.
of a lot of stuff, but
Yeah. He's yeah. I think a lot of people might misinterpret this, like, you know, the whole idea of misinterpreting Slytherin, like the idea of his wanting to learn more and seek more power. Some people might like not like that for, you know, whatever reason. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That makes me sit here and think about Aurea now. Like with her, I wouldn't. Like, there's a bunch of different.
Where do you think Aurea falls? Don't say teacher.
Son of a bitch.
Don't cop out.
I mean, I don't know. Like, on one hand, I want to just say Ravenclaw. I'm not sure.
That's what I was thinking. Not gonna lie, I wasn't gonna.
I'm not sure.
I would actually agree with that. That Ariel's very Ravenclaw-esque. She's constantly looking for knowledge. She's constantly looking for answers.
But is she though? She's
very protective.
She's protective and she's smart and she's definitely wise. She has a connection to nature for sure. Right? She has a divine presence within her.
Yes.
For definitely. I mean, that's literally how she casts spells. So, like, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to say that she's more Hufflepuff than anything.
Mm-hmm.
She.
Well, yeah, her protective nature.
Yeah.
And everything.
She's very motherly. She's the mom friend.
Yeah, she's the mama in there.
I see her as a Gryffindor. I see her as,
well, I mean,
being
she does have Gryffindor
that
in her.
kind of aspect.
Like,
Yeah.
And like Colt said, like, you know, if you have to choose one, right? Because we're not all set in stone. We're not one-dimensional characters. Which is like a thing that, like, we've already gone 36 minutes over what our initial time frame was, but it's one of the things I want to discuss, like, next time, which is alignment.
Alignment.
Yes.
No one is
I have
one
so many
alignment.
opinions on alignment.
Yeah, it's alignment is a good introductory, like, pseudo philosophical conversation. Because, like, I really don't buy the idea that you are one alignment. Like, your alignment changes daily.
It's a daily day.
Yeah. Day to day. How are you feeling?
Chaotic evil right now. That guy cut me off. Chaotic evil.
Chaotic evil.
But yeah, all right, guys. Because we are 37 minutes over, and I have been texted that someone needs to go to bed soon. Someone to it. I'm not saying that we should stop this conversation, but for now, we should give it a pause.
Give it a pause.
And we'll be back not next Monday, because next Monday is for the Dragon Queen, but the following Monday. Same time, 7:30. So we'll be alternating this podcast and the Horde of the Dragon Queen game. So, players, if you have any questions that you want to ask the DMs, please have those, you know, like, jot them down on notes or whatever on your phone, and DMs if you have any questions that you want to ask your players next time. And slowly, as we grow this show, we'll start getting more questions from, like, even if the audience wants to ask things, please do, because that is the whole point of this.
Yes.
We want to explore what our characters are doing currently, where we feel the story's going, and just talk about this pastime that we so love and totally didn't know was this big until, like, I fucking ran face first into it, which is amazing. All right.
That's not always.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for chiming in and listening to us blab over imaginary characters and our imaginary emotions. We will see y'all next time, and, you know, have something quote here, something quote, and the thing with the quote. Adios. Quote. All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.